that whoever you're meeting, have not gone through their own fair share of life, so you should listen, and just, be empathic, hear them out. What happened, especially if the person has been married before, you want to hear their story, in the sense that it is important, fine. Now, this part might sound a bit tricky because you need to know what happened.
Yes.
In the sense that you want to know if they're learned their lessons, they've healed, and they now know that, they can do better, or they have, more inclination to do better. Because if all you're hearing from person is, that person was really bad, that person was really bad,
just
that person
pointing fingers.
Yes, that person did this, that person did that, that person did this, and then yes, all
this drama,
and then you're wondering, really, and sometimes that can really be the story where one person really tried all they can to hold on to the marriage, and then the other person, that can really be the story. But my point is, really listen without judging. You just want to hear their story, and you need them to feel comfortable in sharing their story, And the point I wanted to make when you said that some people are not great talkers, the truth is that everyone talks when they find the right person.
Really?
Yes. Everyone talks.
So how do you pull the talk out of this person? Since it's a first date, like you don't want to, like you say, we listen, we don't judge. So if the person is so how is family great? So how's work good? If the person is doing that, then the person is not wanting to get to know you. Because if I want to get to know you, I would also be as curious as you are to want to know what's up with you also. I want to really know you. I'm just not consuming all of the content, and all of that. Now, some people can drive conversations more than other people. But when you wait, you should see that there's a curiousness in the person to get to know me as much as I am also curious to know you. But when it is just one-sided, like, let's get this date over and done with, say everything you want to say. Do you understand? Then there's a problem there. There is.
There is a problem there.
Think of it. It felt like I knew that guy more than he knew.
Yeah.
Because he was doing the talking.
So you definitely was not really into him. Do you get? Yeah. Because if you're really into someone, you want them to know you. You want to know them. So even if you don't talk too much, but you will still, give pointers that I'm curious to know you.
Yeah, but I think he didn't give me the chance to talk. So in this case, he's the over-talked. He didn't give me the chance to talk.
So, that's a totally different conversation. Yes. Because the overuse was, I don't like using it if the person is a narcissist. They're all about me. So they just want you to know everything about them, show you all that they have built heaven on earth and all of those things, and then they don't even give it to you. So that's a totally different conversation. So I'm talking about a normal human here.
Okay, family members, we got to roll quick on the commercial break, but we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. Keep it locked here.
Good, better, super 92.7.
Politics Now, the program that keeps you in the know every day, every way.
I am a founding member of the APC. You came and joined us. You came and joined the APC. You were APC. You came and joined us. I'm a founding member. You came and joined us.
Join the news team as we break down the hottest political stories, give you expert analysis, and keep you up to date on the issues that matter most. Whether it's breaking news, insider interviews, or the latest in political strategy, Politics Now has you covered. From local politics to international affairs, Politics Now keeps you informed, sharp, and ready for the conversations that shape our world. Tune in every weekday from 7:15 p.m. to 8 p.m. Don't miss out. Stay in the know every day, every way. Politics Now, only on Super FM 92.7, where your world of politics comes to life.
Don't just let X get the glow up. It's time to renew your brand visibility. Spring into the season with fresh ideas, bold campaigns that make your brand new. Whether you're a startup ready to hatch or a business ready for a rebrand, this is your moment. Hop on our Instagram promo by 10 slots of video jingles and get up to 30% off. Or step up to the Golden Easter promo by 20 slots of radio jingles and get up to 30% off with with a 5 minutes live appearance or elevate to our extraordinary Easter promo. Buy 30 slots of radio jingles and get up to 30% off with a 5 minutes live appearance and 2 minutes business lecture. And the babala of them all, the Super Easter Jackpot. Get up to 40 slots of radio jingles at 30% off and a 10 minutes live appearance. Don't let your brand blend in. Stand out with a fresh look. Offer ends May 31st, 2025. Let's make your brand extra visible. Call us today on 0802-827-5244 or 0803-964-1637 or 0803-429-7722. Super 92.7 FM. One family, one radio.
When life gets complicated, stick to the basics. 92.7. We've got you covered.
Radio.
This is Super FM.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. 92.7 Super FM.
Oh, you heard that right. Welcome back to fun, light conversation about love, dating, and relationship. I'm Sophia So Fine, your radio muse, and I've got with me my co-host for this afternoon, Omobola Akinde. You thought I was joking. I'm a co-host. Maybe after now we'll talk. We'll talk off air.
Okay.
We'll come in the weekend as well.
Okay.
Okay. Let's play a game. Let's add a light game to
Okay.
this. So I'm going to throw a few scenarios at you. And you tell me share it or save it. Ready?
Okay. All right.
I'm still friends with my ex.
Save it.
I want 6 kids and I already have the names.
Share it.
Okay. Well, I Googled you before this date.
Keep it.
I haven't healed from my last breakup.
Keep it.
I still live with my parents.
Share it.
And let me just add this one. I could tell him I host a radio show and might talk about this date on air. Would that be a red flag for you? Should I share that one?
Share.
Okay, nice. All right, let's go into vulnerability. It's something that, you talked about. And, in answering all of your questions, I like how you say I like to stay authentic to myself and share and not just be me. Do men and women perceive vulnerability differently, especially on, early talking stages of a relationship, on dates? How is vulnerability perceived differently for them?
So honestly, based on my experience, I have seen men that are really vulnerable. In fact, I used to think I was vulnerable, but I've met certain men, I'm like, wow.
Nice.
And so I can only talk from where I sit, from my own point of view. But I think that it's a 50-50 thing. Now, women, we are more emotional. We're more emotional than logical compared to the men. And so men might be, extremely logical, when they approach stuff. But when they become comfortable, men can also be really vulnerable, especially where they're really into you and they really, really want, a future with you. So, yeah, I don't think that it's a...
Nice. That's very good. Let's talk about protecting hearts as well. How do you protect, or how does someone protect their hearts without building emotional walls too early in dating?
Okay, so I was having a conversation with a number of my friends a few days ago, and I said that this generation... So, you meet a guy today, you meet a lady today, and then you guys talk every day, 3 hours every day. There's no how you will not fall in love. You get, even if you're saying, oh, it's just talking stage. For God's sake, you should, now, in saying this, I have to put a caveat, because there's certain people that the energy is just really great from the beginning. And you almost feel like, I feel like there's some, in giving it your all, you are still mindful of watching.
Being very observant.
And listening. So even if I'm very chummy with you and I'm talking to you every time, I'm still listening to the things that you're saying and not saying. I'm still watching your actions. And I'm still in my head in that place of, I'm okay if this doesn't work. So it's not, I've settled it that, oh, this has to work, you know, even though you're, you know, really charming with this person.
Along.
Yeah. So I'm still, you know, getting to know you. I'm listening to you. I'm watching you. I'm seeing your actions. I believe your actions even more than your words. You know, I'm listening to the things you're saying, even the things that you're not saying. I'm trying to ask the right questions to be sure that we're on the same frequency. Do we share the same values? The things that matter to me, do they matter to you? And so even though can be all charming with you, I'm still watching, I'm still learning, and I'm in my head in that place of, it's okay if this doesn't work, you know, because at the end of the day, you should always, you know, tell yourself that you deserve the best, you know. So yeah, that's it.
You go for the best. I love that. I love that. This just really builds for people to be self-aware. If you're self-aware of yourself and your worth and what you want and deserve, I think that even structures how you go into a relationship or a talking stage. Now, leading to that, what advice would you give to someone who has been single for a long time and now they are scared of messing up, quote unquote?
What does messing up mean?
Maybe to them, they think, maybe I overshared the last time. I shared some things I don't want to share. Like you said, this generation don't understand talking stage, right? Some people don't. They have planned a wedding hashtag in their head, you know. Just a lot of things that they have done before, and they just don't want to scare or spoil the second chance that they think, oh, you know, I'm going to.
At the end of the day, I always say that, what's your goal? The truth is that even if you overshare to the right person, it doesn't matter, because that right person can handle it. So it's not, the problem is not because you overshared. The problem is that it's not that person.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So yes, it could have been that you overshared, or in quotes, because even overshared it could mean different things, you know. But then the problem is not the information that you gave out. Is that with the right person, that information is useful information to love this person right.
So it's not what you even shared, it's who you shared it with.
Actually.
Who you shared it with.
Yes.
Is there a way? I know that we can't all read the mind of people. Of course you can't. But is there a way to even, you know, from the beginning or somewhere later on, just can tell, is this the right person I'm sharing this with? Because maybe some people are really good actors. They really make it very safe for you to be vulnerable. They also, like, they are crying as you are crying. They are hugging you. And they are just being there for you. And you really just say, okay, this is going well. This person is really, you know, giving and showing everything that I might have written in my list. But how do you still discern this is not the person?
This is the part where I share that I'm a Christian unapologetically.
Love it.
And I say discerning can only come from the place of the Spirit. It's not, because some people can actually give you everything good externally, but then you still feel like there's something wrong somewhere, even if you cannot place your hands on it. There's someone that I was dating some time ago. Everything felt right externally. If I spoke about him to anybody, oh, this guy is great, but I just knew that there was something about this person that was not right. There was something, you know. And so that part of discernment is something that you need to learn, you know, constantly listen to your inner man, to your intuition. And when in doubt, pray about it. As simple as that.
Nice.
You know, and the more you pray about something, one of two things happens. Is either your peace is restored, or your peace is even more like taken away more. Like you're so agitated even more. The more you pray about it, it's more like you're really, then you know that there's something about this. Now, aside from that, I always say follow the fruits, not the gifts.
Okay, explain that. Explain that.
So, you can be all nice to me, buy me lovely gifts and all of those things and all, but how do you treat people around you? Have I noticed that you've ever lied to me? Is there consistency in your words? So it's the gifts. how do they treat the waiter when you guys go on dates? Especially people that cannot seemingly, pay them back or something.
Exactly, give them anything.
Yes, give them anything. How are they to their siblings, to their parents? How do they talk about other people around you? So those gifts are pointers to who this person truly is, compared to the person who takes me out on a date, gives me lovely stuff, this and that and that and that. Follow the fruits, like fruit of the spirit, which is kindness, long suffering, all of those things. You get the gift and the fruits compared to. Now, if the fruits are amazing to you, and if the gifts are not so great, you can still. But if the gifts and then the fruits, you're like, there's something about this person. He has anger issues. He's always very guinea. Then
he's not patient.
He's not patient. All of those things. So always follow the fruits and not the gifts.
Very interesting. I love that because what I would say with one thing that I know that we can overshare out of excitement, especially if we've been single for a long time, you're excited, you're looking forward to this, someone is, finally giving you attention. It's very funny how some guys can ask a tricky question. So what kind of man are you looking for? So you want me to share that with you, then you be the man. Then you're not really, but of course, like you said, with discernment now, and also looking for the fruit, which is very important, because I do think that the gifts, love languages, all those things can be worked on. There are things that in process, in progress of the relationship can always improve.
But really, you can hardly find people that fake fruits. You can't. You get. It's only a matter of time. It will show. It will. Yeah. So you need to just be very observant. Who is this person truly?
And be intentional about you. What do you want? Be intentional about you, what you deserve, and what you're worth as well. Okay, let's wrap things up. It's been such a great pleasure. So what would you like to say to someone out there? If it's like a love letter, I know this was not, it just happened. I also didn't think about it, but I just feel like maybe a love letter to someone out there who is still waiting, in their season of waiting, whatever age, they really desire to be married, be in a relationship. And I know in that season of waiting can really just scream desperation, and you think that the next thing that is calling you all the time, checking up on you, that giving you that attention you crave for, it's that person. And sometimes you can even interpret giving to the gifts, and you can understand that, no, but he's nice, I've seen a few things, it's okay, I would manage. What would you say to that person?
So first things first, you deserve the best. Never ever decide that, let me settle. And settle could mean different things, but be honest with what it means to you, what is your value, and make sure you stay true to your value. Do we share the same values? The things that matter to you must matter. And secondly, I would say a lot of times we always look externally to say, this person has to have this, that. Work on yourself. You begin to attract the right people.
Nice. Work on yourself. You begin to attract the right people.
Yes. So I remember, do we have time?
Yes.
Okay. So I remember some time where I was always attracting little broke men.
Okay.
Like extremely broke men. And it became a point of worry to me because why? But then I was reading a book and the person said, you need to work on your own finances. So I was not looking now I wanted to now meet people that had money. I started to work on my own finances, started to do better with my choices, find other sources of income, and all of those things. And that changed. And so when you realize that you're attracting a certain kind of people, look inward, not externally, to say, what is it about me that keeps attracting this kind of people?
Nice.
Is there something about me? Do I need to work in? And I always say that every relationship you enter into, whether friendship, work relationship, casual dates, reflects a lot about you to you more than the person. And so I mean that when you begin to interact with new sets of people and all of that, and you see certain things coming out of you, the first thing to say in our Gen Z world is, this person triggers me. But then there's something on the inside of you that is allowing that trigger. That thing is what you need to work on. Because if it's not there, then it will not be triggered. And so when those behaviors come out that you're not so comfortable with, rather than saying, oh, this person is the one that made me shout, or this person is the one that made me, you should say, there is still anger inside of me that I need to work on. There is still something inside of me, rather than just pointing out that, oh, this person triggers me. It's more like, I need to do better. There's something I still need to work on inward. Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's give you a Thank you so much. If you just joined at the final lap of this conversation, maybe you need to do catch up on YouTube, Super FM Lagos. But thank you so much, Omobola.